The Lakers and Nuggets would meet on a late Saturday night with both teams ranking very closely in the standings. We were privy to a potential playoff matchup. Denver would take this one and make some moves I believe could carry significant weight in a potential playoff series. That showcases high-level basketball that I'm aiming to cover this season on this channel. Everyone knows about the two-man tandem of LeBron James and Anthony Davis, two top 10 players with a new coach in J.J. Redick, currently ranking top 5 in offense. Well, Denver did a good job completely smothering that offense, holding them to a one-on-one offensive rating. Denver really prioritized taking away Anthony Davis' role game more than anything else in this game, with Jokic primarily playing a hard hedge and mixing in some drop. There's an opportunity for Davis to roll directly to the basket if nobody's there. As you see here, when it's no tag or a late tag, Davis just rolls directly to the basket to get an easy dunk. But this was far and few between this game, as Davis had an underwhelming performance and the defense had a lot to do with it. Notice what happens here. Rui tries to cut through to remove MPJ and fall into an empty side ball screen. But look, Jokic hard hedging equals 2 on the ball, and that size gets a tip on it. And MPJ sees that and actively rotates towards Davis so he can steal this and start a transition opportunity. Take a look at this right here. Reeves and Davis flows into another ball screen. And look, Strawther's already proactively there, and Jamal Murray's at the nail, just forcing Davis to look away because he doesn't want to get a charge, and it's an off-target pass. Speaking of Davis, the Nuggets put a lot of trust into Jokic guarding Davis one-on-one. A lot of it has to do with Jokic's specific strengths versus Davis' offensive strengths. The size and the strength in the half court, not forcing Jokic to step out and guard him on the perimeter more, using his jumper, led to a lot of stagnant one-on-one versus Jokic, and that's where he can fare great versus AD. Let's see how this play unfolds. So the Lakers run some elbow action, and D'Lo goes and sets the screen for Davis so he can catch the ball, and he turns and reverses it potentially to D'Lo and tries to get this two-man game, but MPJ already is tagging, and it takes away Davis' role. So the ball goes back to Davis, and he has a stagnant one-on-one versus Jokic. Can't really get an advantage for the miss. Here's another example of this in action. So the Lakers try to run this slice screen for Davis, and look how far out he's starting. He's starting possession nearly at the three-point line. Another stagnant isolation, very minimal weak side movement, and he's not stronger than Jokic, so can't create advantage. In this moment, watch what you see again from the Lakers offense and Denver's defense. Another pick and roll. Look, Strawther's all the way up, proactively tagging. Davis once again is starting from nearly the three-point line, and just another stagnant ISO, and he runs it to Jokic and bounces back. And then there's Peyton Watson, who's making a claim for one of the better perimeter defenders in the game, top 10 in that area. I also personally find him as an all-defensive caliber level defender. So Denver having that coming off the bench with Aaron Gordon being out helps him maintain some steadiness, because Gordon does provide a lot of value on the defensive end. And versus the Lakers, he caused a lot of disruption amongst the offense. You take this play right here where LeBron's bringing the ball down, and Cam Reddish is going to set a screen, and then you get Jamal Murray on the switch. But hey, Peyton Watson has the willingness and IQ to go double, force a turnover. And right here, the Lakers try to set up this away action to this touch ball screen that they typically run. But Peyton Watson just strips the ball from Reeves, causes some havoc. Michael Porter Jr. gets a good contest, and it's a miss. He also makes plays like this in transition with, you see the Lakers with an advantage and Rui going downhill versus Jamal Murray, but Watson saves it with the block off the glass. On the offensive end of the floor, Denver did some interesting things, and one of the major things that stood out for me is the attacking of D'Angelo Russell off the ball. Some on the ball, but mainly I want to get into what they did off the ball attacking him. We can start with this clip right here. As you see Jokic being fronted, and there's just no weak side help provided. Let's take a look at this sideline out of bounds play by the Denver Nuggets. So when the Denver Nuggets inbounded, they flow into some zoom action with Jamal Murray handing it off, and Reeves at the nail, so he swings it to Strawther, and D'Lo has to close back out. Once the ball is strong side, you don't help off your man in the corner, just leaves an open three. So pay attention to this. Jokic has a mismatch in the post, Lakers come in double, and look, Westbrook's going to 45 cut, which forces the D'Lo to step up and help, and that's going to do nothing but leave an open man in the corner for a wide open three. Another issue that the Lakers have been facing when playing against Denver for years at this point is a transition game. Whether it's Denver just sprinting out and scoring in transition, or whether it's Jokic beating AD up the floor, or it's just advantages created by AD or somebody falling to the ground. Denver sprints. Jokic ends up with the sizable mismatch, and then they just play from there, and this continuously happens game after game. And not only does this help Jokic, but it helps the others too. As you see right here, Christian Braun's a great athlete, gets downhill, finishes over Reeves, and then you have somebody like Russell Westbrook who can sit here and force a turnover and just get it and going. They push, and he uses his rim pressure for a drive and kick open three. You take a possession like this from the Lakers offense where Anthony Davis take a mid-range contested jumper and Jokic is so quick to run off, Davis has to pick up the ball, and look, Jokic now has a guard sealed on him. They try to double, Murray flashes, and then you just get an easy high-low action for the finish. Another thing with Denver always sprinting, so we know Jokic is a great offensive rebounder, and as you sprint the floor, you can get mismatches, and then you usually ends up with a smaller player on him where a guy can just force up a shot like Michael Porter Jr. does in this sequence, and then he just cleans it up if they miss. In this last sequence, you'll see Denver forcing the turnover with this Michael Porter Jr. steal from this play we went over earlier. And look, Michael Porter Jr. has such shooting gravity that Reeves is forced to step up while Jamal Murray can just slide to the corner. And look at this power pass and this wide open three. Denver will also run some good stuff in the half court. So right here, they go to like this horn set and Jokic sets the flare. But look, Davis is forced to stick to Jokic, so he can't provide help on Michael Porter Jr. curling. Pass finish. Here's another example of the same thing. Max Christie is top locking Michael Porter Jr. because he doesn't want him to come off the down screen. But Davis has to attach to Jokic, and it just leaves the back door open for the finish. In this possession here, Denver's setting up this horns action. You see the ball swings and flows some Jokic at the elbow. And then look, they're going to set a screen to Michael Porter Jr. to flare off. But the angle Watson takes gets Rui on his high side. And then he can just dive in for the dunk. So right here, you will see in this last clip, Denver's going to once again set up this point action to get the ball to Jokic at the elbow. And it looks like Jamal's going to set a screen, but he just slips for the layup. Really catching the Lakers defense off guard. As you see, LeBron was too late to help at the rim. Denver would eventually take off with this one, and Westbrook would continue his undefeated streak versus the Lakers since he left. Let me know what you guys think of this potential playoff matchup, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know, do you think the Lakers will actually beat Denver this season in the playoffs if they meet, or Denver once again is just too good?